Hi folks! So, the battle for the Seven Kingdoms is in its closing stages. We have the semi-finals coming up. First game is going to be between White Harbour's Trident and Queen Elizabeth's Bastards, so the defending champions. This is the first game that's going to be played in the semi-final stage of the 6 that exist. The other pairing is, of course, Bolton Wanderers against Bastards, Dragon Swords, Mercenaries team, and most of the action is pushed towards the weekend. We have, I think, 3 games or 4 games on Saturday, 1 on Sunday, and I think 1 is unscheduled at the moment. And so these should be the player pairings, but it's not actually been updated yet, so can't quite show you this. But it is going to be Argento's game against Rightwaydown, which means it's Stark Fealty against Targ Sea of Blood. And if we are early, we can... Okay, they're starting now. We can just briefly check then what resets are being played. So the Targ Sea of Blood Korkal Drogo is the card. It's not Aegon, as you can see. And is there anything weird in this one that we should mention? There's no First Snow, and there's no Dohaeris. Those are 2 cards that sometimes, or even most of the time, were present in the past. Instead, there's a full econ plot here, Late Summer Feast. And yeah, the usual aggro stuff, Return to the Fields also is here. And Mad King's Command is the Soul Reset. And what do we have for White Harbour's Trident? Fealty deck. So Northern Patriarch is the new great card for Stark, and this one has 3 copies. Does not have any Lesser Scouts, which can pretty much kill off the Dothraki if you get a good start. And what do we have for the resets? Morghulis is the reset. There's Rationing, which stops the agenda. Stops Danny, stops maybe 1 or 2 other things. Okay, we have Air. We have Brand the Builder, Time for Wolves for Greywind or Summer. There's 2 summers to resurrect whatever dies. Morghulis probably not the best reset though in this one. And we have Warden of the North, which also can stop some things in this particular matchup. Plus Winterfell.
Warden of the North should be great in this matchup if you can put it on a military guy.
Yeah.
So has Bran in already. Bran's quite good. No First Snow to get rid of him easily. Have to do Mad King's Command. So usually how I see it is you get a bit of a struggle surviving both First Snow and Mad King's Command, and then there's still Harris left. I think that only one of these resets, I think Starkfield has a much better chance. Also, I think Patriarch obviously is kind of great.
Yeah, okay, it doesn't survive Mad King's Command. It survives the Harris and Morghulis.
Yeah, but you can save one for after Mad King's Command, so that's 1 round without him, and it's also just good for the event casting ability.
Yes, that is super.
You have to move power every time, and eventually it's gonna get.
Yeah,
And there is bodyguards.
at
Correct?
the moment it could even just fizzle everything because there is no power. There will be, of course, very soon, unless Star completely blocks everything.
I mean, so what? Argento has good things going for him. Like Rob's quite okay in his matchups, I find, because you can defend the win by 5 and then still defend the other one when they stand. Joe is really annoying. It's gonna be 2 challenges, and he's gonna have stealth.
Okay, Daisy is very safe as long as she doesn't run into Burn. There's no nightmares though, so you kind of know whether she's in range or not. By the way, the Patriarch, it's immune to opponent summons, or
Yeah.
all omens.
No opponents.
Okay, so won't survive Argentos, Morghulis.
No. Unless he puts bodyguard on him. I don't know.
Okay, so
So
this
he
is
can
not
add.
a real win by 5 threat here, and actually it's not even going to
It
win.
is. It is. There's Kokola.
Koholo, yeah. Okay, but... Okay, then yeah, Rob has to defend, I guess.
Yeah, but I think still up defense. Because then you stand after if you want to claim like a Bear Island Scout, so maybe you defend with drop and Bear Island Scout, I don't know.
Yeah, it would then take high road into overwhelming numbers after the Koholo trigger to really do
But
some
there's still
threat.
Bran on the board, you know. I don't
Bran
think
on
you're
the
gonna
board
sack.
and Recon on the board, so it's okay.
Yeah.
Um, but Argento lets it happen, and here's a raiding Kalasar that's in rotation already. And this now is going to be a win by 5. Why not? Okay, I guess could have been some consuming flames on Bear Island Scout or something, but well, let's see. I mean, he does have Recon if he wants to just cancel, but that puts Daisy in a slightly weaker spot. And of course he plays air 2 times, and now there is consuming. Might have been slightly unnecessary. No rob trigger either, and there's gonna be intimidate now. But Argento keeps the entire board. Probably wants to do 2 challenges back for 2 Brand builders, but that won't be possible realistically. Though he could put just Bear Island Scout in the challenge and force that consuming flames. Have 1 standing Drogo and 1 Plaza available.
Think trying to push military through so you can put Bear Island Scout in the challenge to try to force consuming, so he either has to leave it because the board's a bit big for right around here. Nothing. But now he's gonna use Plaza, I suppose, right?
Yeah, I doubt he would just do consuming to win on defense.
No, I meant if you do with Bear Island Scout power challenge, for example, he either has to leave it. If he wants to defend military, he has to either leave it completely or burn him, but then there is a stand for up, or he has to defend, so I don't know. I think I would do the other way
I
around.
think Rightwaydown will let this go. It's really not worth it now. But this could be bringing Winterfell into the equation now. Bet he wanted 2 though, but okay, can't have everything. Just gets the weakest econ possible. It's not good for him.
I mean, it's not the weakest econ. It's the weakest econ in the sense of other abilities, but for econ it's probably the easiest one, right? Immediate Makatsu. So if after Makatsu he didn't do a lot of damage, I think it's just very soon over.
Yeah, he basically has to get good claim into March. I mean, if Mira is available, I don't think it's happening. But the thing is, Argento will then go Time for Wolves into summer, whatever happens, even if damage is done, I think. He could do with that extra dupe on Daisy still being there. Daisy will go down to 3 strength. That means she can't go into a challenge now.
Unless there's Winterfell coming in.
And there could be now overwhelming numbers, right? With the Kalasar there. But it's a 1 claim plot, to be fair. But okay, Khal Drogo. Yeah,
Yeah, and stand, you know.
the card Argento really needs the most, I think, is just Mira now. Okay, that's gonna be Winterfell. then he runs out of gold for Mira through shadows. Does he have small folk mob in the deck also? Bet he wishes he could have the crown, but I suspect he wouldn't play it that early in the game. Actually, it would be awkward with military claim in this particular situation, but that's pretty good now. You got a lot of things in.
Yeah, but now you have to make sure that you don't mess up the bodyguard into Winterfell. I mean, he probably knows that, but he doesn't have winter plots to just have it for free.
Well, it's okay. Mira is not in hand, as you can see. It's not just a guarantee, of course, that Rightwaydown wins military. If it's a weak attack relying on Kohola, then you just Winterfell and win on defense. Yeah, so one dupe on the AC1 bodyguard and 3 characters, and if at any point there's an overwhelming numbers, another thing goes, and then March is a threat, but also unless Rightwaydown cheats in Miss Sunday, March is not going to be that amazing, I think.
He has Plaza, so I'm sure it was gonna be Miss Sunday. Guaranteed, you know.
Yeah, it goes down to 3 cards and one has to be Kohola, so I don't know, but yeah, overwhelming numbers is the big one really, and you can immediately get 2 cards back in hand after that. And then he could go late Summer Feast, right? To start playing.
So if you trigger Winterfell, this can be defended, right?
This can be defended, yes. So then there's only one you have to worry about. I don't think there's any magic that gets past Winterfell.
It's called for snow, but it's not in the deck.
No, but I mean, nothing that will passively, I mean, increase strength with an ability that you can genuinely still do, like an ambush bringing something in that increases everyone's strength. Is Argento just gonna grab all the renown here and then just eat the other challenge, because with overwhelming numbers?
I mean, how is he gonna defend the other challenge even?
No, I mean, not
I mean, he doesn't have a choice. He
not
has to
maybe
defend
defend,
with
but
2.
oppose anyway. He could grab all the power that exists.
2 down, you mean?
3 renown.
Do you know that he has stealth? Why do you not know that he has stealth?
Who has stealth? Jogo. Oh, stealth at Eddie. Okay. Then that's fine. Eddie is a 7 strength body. It's probably not gonna get burned by any effect here. So, and now that means using
he has
Plaza,
overwhelming
using Kohola.
numbers. Overwhelming numbers means he's gonna stand. He can stand Jogo. Put both of them in the challenge with Kohola. And then play overwhelming numbers still to claim bodyguard and to go. Like, I think resets are not good in this matchup anyway, so I think that's not gonna be a thing for Argento, but
I mean, he has to use another card to put Kohola in before he can play overwhelming numbers, so that would be his last card. Okay, he can even do Danny now. Danny and the guy that raises claim, right? Then 2 cards will go back. Okay, never mind. He doesn't have
oh,
it.
he didn't have it. Okay.
Okay, then that's problem solved, honestly, for Argento. So the only thing that will happen here, okay, it's unexpected return, which can be played. Character stays in play. Maybe save it for rainy days, or is he just going for
I
that?
mean, if you play it now, at that point, I mean,
What?
Morghulis becomes a very real possibility. Maybe just kill AD and valor them.
Yeah, but okay, he won't know, will he? Think this it will be dicey dupe.
Yeah, the problem is though. mm,
Okay, goes for the Danny. But now I think Argento will go time for wolves. Maybe even get the dicey dupe back.
Probably, unless there's
And
Bran
then
or
with that
something.
Winterfell, I mean, he can probably. Baron Scott. He can probably survive long enough to get to 15 because, yeah, power icons are now everywhere, right?
And they probably get smarched, right?
No womb, by the way, that is not great going into Mad King's command.
Do you march? I mean, Koholo's not bad, but now you have Intimidate on Khal Drogo with Danny, that's pretty good.
Yeah, and the cards are slightly running out. Thought he would have overwhelming numbers and then have a couple of big characters in hand.
Mm.
I don't know, does he play a two claimer instead to try to get some kind of pressure because it doesn't seem to be working? But yeah, March into time for Wolves is, I think, just bringing Dicey straight back with more strength.
Or maybe Bear Island Scout to get more soak. I don't know. Depends on what's in hand, I guess. What are other options for Argento?
He has another heir, he has rationing still if he has characters in hand. Morgul is still an option. I mean, at the moment there's Khal Drogo and Danny there without protection, but if it's into March, that's not gonna work.
It's gonna clear entire board, so then. Ooh,
Ooh,
okay.
okay.
That's not good for Argento, I don't think. Or maybe, I don't know, but I don't like when you have Morgulis into two claimer, it's usually a bit, sketchy.
Yeah. Jogo at the moment
But
doesn't beat Rob if he doesn't get. Oh, he does actually. How many? Two characters into that pile. Okay. If he doesn't get stealth, to claim, two gold he collects. That's such a brave thing to do. Gets rid of his own Murgulis, so that's not gonna come around again. But now we have Daisy in the dead pile. She's resurrectable, but also Eddard. These two copies in the deck. If Rob now randomly dies to this, then I think he has made a big mistake.
I don't think he can die to this, but the more problem is if he doesn't have like two more characters coming in, he's getting marched, right? Oh, okay, yeah, that's good.
Nothing else coming in because he didn't use the reducer. And okay,
Okay, so he has nothing. That's
I mean he has events. I mean, what could be the four
yeah,
cards?
but what would he? What would he? Why would he not do anything to get him styled or something?
Hmm, it's actually a good question. Rob will now just successfully defend this. There's not gonna be a second military.
The Drogo. Okay, so that was actually a really good timing for Morgulis. And this one, do we let it go? I mean,
Yeah, you let it go. I mean, what are the cards? I mean, it's not Danny Dupe, is it? And stuff like that. It has to be
Yeah, but
events.
so that then could be consuming, right? Yeah, so I think you let it go.
It has to be events. Okay, you have zero claim, so attacking back is not so amazing. But
Oh, he's not first player. I thought. Oh, that's why. Yeah, okay.
a reducer will attack back and see if there's consuming. March is still available, but now Joe goes alone anyway. So. Oh, he could also have characters, to be fair, that die to vanquish. So that's Viserys and Missandei and stuff like that. Okay, Argento doesn't do anything, which I think is a bit weird, because if it is consuming there, it will be a constant threat. But now he goes into Time for Rules, right? Yeah. Into a potential raiding Kalasar 3 claim stuff, but now he's gonna have a lot again to absorb, and still has that Winterfell that basically means if I can win on defense, there's nothing you can do with your challenge. Five gold to work with for Rightwaydown, so it is enough for one
What does Summer do?
quota or a car or something.
No, Summer didn't trigger yet. Okay. Probably takes Daisy back, or maybe not. Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah, she's gonna be huge, and there's no nightmares in Sea of Blood X.
Yep.
No Morgulis for at least 3 more rounds, 4 more rounds, no Mad King's Command. Stealth on Jogo would help, but it's not that amazing, and now Argento only has one guy in the dead pile. So even Jogo's strength's not gonna be amazing. But yeah, he can bring in 6 coster or even the army. Army is pretty huge, but okay. Doesn't raise claim though. Still doesn't use reducers, so he has enough this time. For Amira. And okay, here comes the stealth. What else comes? Devoted
Nothing
Blood
great, I
Rider.
guess.
Okay. And he has the gold and the token for events. Potential claim race, potentially brings in another icon, could play Blood of My Blood. And now Argento is first player, which is a bit awkward, perhaps, but okay. He can do these challenges, whatever is in hand. I mean, that kind of forces it to be played.
I mean,
If it's consuming, that's pretty decent for Argento, because that means 2 cards go for that. But I think it might be Blood of My Blood.
yeah.
It is consuming.
Oh, it is consuming.
Overwhelming Numbers
What
was
is
the other
this
card.
Okay. I mean, a consideration would be to go for power first with Rob, for example. Then see if he wants to kill her to stand the bolt, right?
Does Argento try to push here at the military? So what we have still... We have March to the Wall in the next 3 plots, but then we also have Return to the Fields and Late Summer Feast. But running out of cards a bit, so pushing military sounds like a pretty decent idea. Given up on trying to defend, I guess, against stealth, it wasn't really on. Although seems to me he did have 13 on defense, but then he'd need to basically pass the challenges, which is also not ideal. Yeah, I was just gonna make sure this is defend it or it really hurts, and it will hurt. How do you play this? Power with Recaro, and then with Jogo you do the challenge to get the win by 5.
I mean, you're not gonna get the Jet trigger, are you?
Goes power with Jogo.
I mean, he's not getting the agenda trigger, is he?
Why not? He would get the Argento trigger.
Okay,
Military
I
with
mean, I
Jogo.
personally, if I was a Agenda, I would Winterfell it, but maybe.
Oh, Winterfell it, okay. Yeah. Well, still well ahead. Unopposed for dominance if he wants it. Okay. And kill 2 characters, of course, which would be Summer Dupe and the Reducer.
Jeez.
But
Weird noise is happening here, I don't know if you can hear it.
the thing is, it's gonna be harder and harder, right, to push anything. Because
Summer and the Reducer?
yeah, Summer and the Reducer, he's down to 1 card, and Argento is not. He has more cards and more board.
Okay. Mhm.
Just taking the dupes, okay.
I mean, the knowledge of no reset is quite freeing, I guess.
Yeah, but she did have a military icon, for what it's worth. She doesn't now.
Yeah.
No more 2 claimers, right? So we have, as I said, March, we have Return to the Fields and Late Summer Feast.
And no close calls, so Drogo and Dany are dead, which are like the best ones, so. Although Drogo's pretty good as well.
Yeah. Koto's still alive, of the others.
I think he might do air for Arya now, right? Since the dupe's gone. Oh, rationing. Cool.
Stops Rakaro's ability, stops Sea of Blood. Still a 1 claim plot, but this time Argento needs to push more, and he is going second this time, which is of course much more favorable. Did he draw anything useful? Womb would be decent, and there it is. And Koto, okay. So basically the best cards he still had in the deck. And Womb will now be, of course, also draw. Argento has this round and then 2 more rounds to get to 15 before he faces potentially another Mad King's Command. Oh. Yeah, that's pretty decent.
Yeah.
Kalasar. Well, there's that at least.
I mean, that's just more. I mean, if he does that on military, that's just more powerful Kaelin at this point, I think. I think he can well afford to kill 2 of these now.
To claim power, but
can this be defended?
Yes. Takes all the power icons, I think, though.
So it's 12.
I can leave 1 out.
No, you can leave 1 out.
Can you leave Arya out? Yeah.
Or you can even leave Arya out, but you need the...
And there is insight on Bran. I wonder if he would trigger that in person.
I totally would. Trigger every insight on Bran.
That you know of.
Yeah, and every insight on Sansa as well. Anytime I get a chance.
Okay, so Rightwaydown can't magically stand from characters getting killed. He has Plaza though. But Argento also will not stand his renown bodies well, actually, it's only Rob. And nothing's getting killed for Caitlyn, but he will puts Dicey into this one. Not military with Dicey and power with Arya, I guess. Well, actually, I'm not
I mean, because
entirely
he
sure.
can stand to defend. Yeah, you want to win power, I think.
Yeah, I guess Dicey alone can win regardless of the plaza, so fair enough, okay.
It's gonna go into military with Summer maybe to win dominance. Let's win dominance anyway.
Yeah, it's rationing, so it's not giving any weird Sea of Blood trigger on
Actually,
defense. No, doesn't bother
that's
with
good.
anything. I'm surprised because it is late summer feast, so defending using cards.
Yeah, also, I think it would give him dominance unless he uses Plaza.
So Argento has another heir, which will be, let's say, one Caitlyn power can bring like a mage in, and then it's enough to just get to 15 in a single power challenge with all the renown. And Rightwaydown doesn't really have
Also,
a.
at any point, Vyman can still be played.
Oh, and this is also guaranteed. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. It was a risky Morgulis, to be fair, but it in hindsight paid off really nicely. And two
But there was
cards were
nothing on
discarded
Morgulis.
after
And the
Morgulis
dupe.
that were
Yeah,
dead dupes. So.
really good timing, yeah.
Or one dead dupe. One Drogo, right?
Yeah, but that's the main thing, like if Drogo gets duped.
And the fact that Henry couldn't kill him off on Matkins' command in any way. Couldn't even win the military. And Winterfell was not even there at that point. Yeah, that's her in hand anyway. Yeah. I'm gonna call this over, I think, at this point.
Yeah, I mean, there's 40 now on the board, so.
Yeah, and Winterfell will be triggered on any challenge that risks Rob into some kind of double burn or whatever. As soon as Argento sees that he can defend the challenge, he'll just do that. Oh, he's even first player, so just power with everyone and Winterfell it, right?
Yep.
Didn't even trigger Womps, and there won't be another chance. Bypasses Rakaro, not the army. Did he not Winterfell it?
No.
Okay, fine. I don't see why not. It's the winning challenge, but and he has a Winterflood rebuild, you know. Maybe thinks I'm gonna win anyway, and just in case I need Winterfell if something happens. But nothing would happen if he Winterfelled it here. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, you called it. This might be favorable for Stark, to be fair.
I mean, I usually don't like the Sea of Blood, but without First Snow and without um, the Harris, I think it's hard. But the thing that I usually say, it's not really worth Morgulising because they will put stuff back and do high claim on you, but this time it was actually really good. Yeah. That's yeah, I agree with Henry also. I think he had really weak draw and weak cards, but it was also a fair risk because little cards in hand, you know.
Yeah, and he played Vanquish, which did nothing, so that hurt even more than it would, right? Because he has Return to the Fields and stuff like March even can be used as anti-Morgulis, and the fact that Argento had the saves and used one, meaning that an additional character would die, meant it wasn't really a telegraphed Morgulis, so didn't feel the need to play around that. But then Argento had the cards and Henry didn't after that. Well, that's the first game done.
But
yes.
I think if he kills Eddard at that challenge, right? Then Rightwaydown doesn't put Danny in play. He still has that event in hand, and then also he can march. So 2 days he gets marched anyway, and he marches one of his like Caldroga. So I think it would actually work out way worse in like um, if you didn't take the safe at that time.
Winterfell and American Squad. Was Winterfell in play? I guess it was. It was Marshall that round. I thought it wasn't. But yeah, that Danny, I mean, you can understand it, right? Gets rid of another card and she's a body with insight, so you get
Yeah,
one card back because you
yeah,
had to
for
spend it
sure. I
for
think.
Kohola. But yeah, if he kept that unexpected return for after, but yeah, then it wouldn't have been Murgulis, so it's pointless to. Yeah.
Yeah.
So the other two games in this one, I have no clue. And we
Um,
can check, I guess. But
we
still not
have,
updated here.
I think we have the aggro deck into 3 companies, if I'm not mistaken.
What's the aggro deck? Okay, so Matt is playing Knights of the Hollow Hill against 3 companies, which is
Yeah.
Mauler, right? And then Polly is playing Crossing, I think, against Francis's Aloof deck. I think that those were the pairings.
Yeah. I think it's hard to aggro 3 companies. They keep coming back. They use the discard pile, so they don't ever run out of resources.
And no Frozen Solid for Iron Bank in the deck.
Oof, no frozen solid. That sucks. But there is Last Horde Scouts, I assume,
Yeah,
right?
two of them.
Okay, and I guess you can. Well, they don't have Doom of Valyria and such.
No.
Okay, and then for the crossing, we talked about a little before. I would not hate this matchup, right? But Paulie did decide, or I don't know, maybe it wasn't Paulie's decision, but they did decide to not have Palace in the crossing deck, which I
Yeah,
think makes
that's shocking, really.
the matchup
Yeah, I mean,
matchup
the Aloof deck,
significantly worse than it would be.
it actually has like all the burn stuff that exists, right? It's not a burn deck in the sense that it would have like a Pyro Danny and Astapor and stuff like that, but it does have events. At least 3 consuming. I think it says 6 burn events. I think it has Dracarys and consuming, right?
No, he has all yeah, 6 is all,
Yeah.
I guess. All
So
the possible ones, I think.
it's not gonna be fun for crossing against that. So I think Targ actually
And he
still
has first
has
blow as well.
chance. So this was the one that was the most in Stark's favor. I don't know if they can win either of the other 2 games, but hopefully it goes close.
Yep. We're totally all rooting against Francis.
Okay, so next Trons is happening on Saturday. It's during the Friendly Open event though, so I don't know. If I'm playing Friendly Open, I can't stream. Otherwise, I might skip Friendly Open just to stream them because it is the last 2 rounds and we've not done any streaming. So we'll let you know on Discord, of course, what happens. So yeah, that's what we had for tonight. Thank you all for watching and see you next time.
Bye bye.